The site is right in the heart of a bunch of heritage sort of villas and bungalows in Grey Lynn. It's a sloping site, so it's east-facing to the street, but it stretches up along the southern boundary looking north. The brief was to design a house for my family. I'm the architect, so I needed to make a house that was going to span the age bracket from young to kids leaving home and eventually just myself and my wife living here. We've distributed the plan by stretching it along the southern boundary facing north. 3 elements pulled apart, which actually just looks like a capital letter E. And then there's 2 courtyards in between. And that allows the sun to track around from the east, north and west to each of those 3 modules. That's really great for cross ventilation and solar gain. The roof form is derived really from the roof forms of the villa, and there's often repetition of these roof forms in Grey Lynn. You often see 3 villas in a row or 5 villas in a row, so it feels right to have 3 forms stepping up the hill. You enter the house straight from the street. There's a small lobby as you come through the door. And then you become aware of the sort of long staircase that's climbing up in front of you. Placing that concrete block wall on the south side is twofold. One, it insulates the house to the south, but it gives us this amazing concrete block wall to display our art collection. Material choices were actually driven by a limited budget. I mean, we've used concrete block and not lined it. Concrete floors with just a clear coating. The timber is the lowest grade of cedar you can buy with all the knots. It's not suitable for outside, but we've used it inside. By having smaller spaces, they tend to be a little bit more intimate, but we've used the volume of the roof form to give exactly that, to sort of give a really high volume, to lift up to the views. And then, for example, the living room has a lower ceiling and it's more of an intimate cave space. What's proved to be great about the living in it for 10 years is the way that it's adapted to our changing needs. The bedrooms have moved around depending as children have left home, other children have taken over spaces. On top of that, we've chosen really durable materials. So it doesn't really look that different than it did 10 years ago. I think the future of residential architecture has shifted in the last 10, 15 years. I think there's a stronger focus on sustainability, but also scale. You know, we don't need to build huge houses. We can make a smaller project, more innovative, perhaps subdividing sections of smaller houses, and then building it out of just simple, honest, quintessential New Zealand materials.